Well, welcome back, Big Orange fans. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the evil empire down to the south a little bit. Nick Saban's hanging it up, going to warmer weather. Supposedly, Bob, that's Florida. I'm thinking a little farther south. But,
Yeah,
uh,
Nick Saban.
we're going to not just talk about uh, Bama, but also how it affects Tennessee, the only one that really matters. So, Bob, let's jump into it. They didn't waste a whole lot of time, just about 2 days.
Yeah, they hired Washington's coach, Kalen DeBoer. Um, Looks like a very solid pickup. Um, Not sure if it was their first pick or not. Lanning from Oregon might have been first.
Very well
Who
could have
knows?
been.
Really for sure. We'll never really know
No,
on that one.
no, because they never make an official offer now until uh, it's the guy's going to say yes.
Yeah.
But they court people. They find out if the guy is will say yes before they put the ring on it.
Hmm.
So and there was some rumors, maybe Norvell possibly might
Yeah.
have been talked to also. Um, First choice or third choice or fifth choice. I think they got a quality guy.
Yeah. I mean, his record's outstanding. I mean, 12-2 against top 25 teams.
Yeah,
Which now, sometimes that's can be any stat can be misleading.
it
I
can.
mean, let's just be honest. You can make any stat out there.
Bob, Tennessee destroyed a top 25 team in a bowl.
Right.
Um, do you consider that a top 25 team we played in New Year's Day?
No, not
It
really.
didn't look like
No,
one to me.
no.
Not the one I'd be bragging about as far as like, oh yeah, you know, there's another top 25 win. I mean, I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna, give
Mhm.
it to Josh. But that wasn't a huge feather in your cap. And but that said, the board has put together like 104 wins, 12 losses,
Right.
crazy record. Of course, a lot of it was down at I think it was NAI,
Hmm.
Sioux Falls,
Right.
the vast majority of that. But I mean, they went to Fresno. Um, COVID year was 3-3.
Okay.
I just throw the COVID year out.
Yeah.
Um, and 9-3 then, and then when Washington 2 years, what was he, 25-3? I think.
Sounds right. Yeah.
I mean, just incredible turnaround in Washington.
Yeah.
Um, but it looks to be a really outstanding offensive schemer.
Yeah. He's an X's and O's guys. If he's got a weakness, it's probably recruiting. Um, Unfortunately, Bama kind of recruits itself.
Yeah,
You know.
and you know what? I think it's a little overblown too. It's a little early to say what his recruiting is. He's only been recruiting with the big boys 2 years.
Right.
And that's a learning process, a learning curve, and so much of that's done by your assistants and your the school. You know,
Hmm.
and like you said, Bama recruits itself. Um, they won't see a huge drop off in recruiting unless the record starts dropping off.
Yeah. Uh, Hopefully there'll be some drop off. I sure hope so. Because but who knows? I mean, Saban's leaving. He's a heck of a coach, so you've got to think that there's a drop off there. But
Well, Bob,
we'll see.
I don't hate to interrupt you again, but I think we've already seen the drop off. It's starting already, as for
Yeah.
the last 3 years.
Right.
If it continues to go downhill, the board will get the blame for it.
Hmm.
But I think that the trend was already in the way. It's up to the board to stop that.
Yeah, you're right. Tennessee was about to start taking names, taking over. That's what you're talking about, right?
Well, yes, but among
Well,
others.
right,
I
right,
mean, they're
right.
hey, look, I'm not saying there was, a 500 ball club or nothing, obviously,
Yeah,
but uh, they wasn't playing at the level that they had been in the mid or as much as
yeah. It wasn't
2010s.
dominating like they was.
No.
Uh,
And to be honest about it, the talent's still there. Every game, almost every game Nick Saban lost at Alabama, he lost with more talent on the sidelines.
hmm.
Uh, and the talent was still there.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're arguably the most talented team in the country this year. I mean,
Probably were.
so, uh,
And lucky
so
to make the playoffs.
yeah,
So there you go.
yeah. Very lucky. Uh, so I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens with that.
Well, how does that affect us, Bob?
That's a good question. I mean, first of all, I think initially we're going to see how it affects us in the portal, and will they lose some people? Hopefully they will. Um, some people that might transfer out. That would help us some. Um,
And maybe Ryan Williams to us, Amari Jefferson to us, maybe. I mean, you never know. I'm just throwing the names out there that we've kind of been mentioned with already.
Possibly, yeah. Those would be huge. Williams, absolutely. He's a difference maker. I mean, probably, in my opinion, a clear cut number one wide receiver in the country, probably. Uh, be nice to get him. Looks like he might come in for a visit here in a couple weeks. Uh, but we'll see how that goes. How else do you think it affects us, Tim?
Well, I mean, first off, we had to look. Do we stick to that one, the 8-game conference schedule? And if we do, we have one conference permanent opponent. Should probably be Vanderbilt. So we won't be playing Alabama as much.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I don't think we're going to stick with the 8-game conference schedule. I think we're going to go with the 9, and I think we'll be playing Bama every year. Bama has stymied everyone defensively. They've had times where they've been creative on offense, but most time it's just been lining up and knocking your pecker in the dirt.
Right.
And that was it. With DeBoer, he's going to bring a different type of offense down there.
They're very creative. I mean, I'm not going to say they're the same, but when I watched them play at Washington, kind of remind me of Heupel. I mean, he's very creative. He's looking for mismatches, and like I said, I don't like to hire for us.
No, I don't either, simply because we seem to have an advantage over most teams because of our offensive genius we have on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to play another school with an offensive genius on the sideline that is recruiting significantly better
than we are, right?
We are.
Yeah. But
that said, he ain't played, as far as I'm concerned, even though he got 12-2 against big top 25.
Yeah, he ain't done it in the SEC.
He ain't done it in the SEC.
Yeah, it's a different animal. Some people say, "How's he going to do in recruiting?" The South, hopefully not good, but I'm sure, like I said before,
they will not. Yeah, they will not recruit poorly.
Yeah,
they may not be number 1, 2, or 3 in the country over the next decade.
They'll be in the top 5, 6. You can back guarantee that every year.
Yeah, bad year, they might slip down toward 8, 9.
Mm-hmm.
There's not there. He's not going to be playing with a short deck.
No. Well, I guess we'll find out how good a coach he is, Tim. They play Georgia. That'll be the first conference game next year, and I'm sure Kirby Smart, from this point on, is going to be diving into DeBoer's offense, and trying to figure out. Hopefully, he gives us some tips on how to play him
Yeah,
when we play.
So I guess, well, it's like the rest of the country. I'm sorry, the rest of the conference, and we won't have to wait too much longer. It'll be here soon. So I'm sure I'm going to hate DeBoer just as a
he's coach for Alabama.
Yeah,
I mean, hate's built in on that one.
Right. Well, till we see you again, friends. Go Big Orange.
Go Vols.